Hey there, and welcome to the Ignite Press livecast. Today is an unusual book launch livecast for us for a couple of reasons. One is the nature of the book and honestly the worldwide appeal of the book that we're launching. And then also I have the joy to introduce to you 4 authors all at the same time. So we're going to have a blast. And today we're talking about the book Destination CISSP, which is currently on sale on Amazon for $2.99, which is great because the paperback's like $50. So this is a really great deal that you guys are going to want to jump on. But let me bring in the authors. Let's have some fun bringing in John and Rob and Lou and Nick. Hello, guys. How are you?
Good.
Awesome.
Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Good to see you all. And let's see, where are you guys coming from? Because I know like Rob is in Victoria. John, where are you located?
So I'm actually from Winnipeg, Canada, but I'm spending the winter in Arizona. So I'm down in sunny Arizona right now.
Snowbird.
All right. And Lou?
In my dreams, I'm still in Telluride, but I'm in Georgia.
Georgia. All right. And how about you, Nick?
Further outside of London.
Okay. Wow. Terrific. Hey, so this is terrific. And it makes sense. You guys are in all sorts of different places because apparently you're touching all sorts of different people based upon what we're seeing today as this book launch goes on. So now normally I'll share with you, we don't normally spill the tea in regards to how a launch is doing just a few hours into the launch, but I'm going to do that partway through today's live cast and give you guys kind of an update. So Rob, first, let me have you kind of introduce the team and tell us what we're doing here. Tell us what Destination CISSP is about.
Yeah, thanks, Everett, and thanks for having us on this call, and to your team and all that you've done to get us help us get this book launched. It's been amazing. So yeah, Destination CISSP. This is a very focused book. This is all about if you are someone, a cybersecurity professional that's looking to get your CISSP designation, then this is the book for you. Very focused book, but a very good book in that space. And yeah, I've had the absolute great pleasure of working with a really amazing team of co-authors to create this book. So we've got John Berti, which we'll have all of us talk in a moment here, but John Berti is my business partner and mentor in teaching CISSP classes, and he's been teaching these classes for well over 20 years, and a huge amount of his collective wisdom is compiled in this book. We've also got Lou Hablas here. Lou has done the vast majority of the heavy lifting to actually create this book and to do a ton of research and writing, and he's been absolutely instrumental in the creation of this book. And we also have Nick. Nick is a very respected, already published author, which was great because he's helped us a lot to figure out how to get through this process and review our work and give us really important guidance, and has been also critical in the creation of this book. And so, yeah, that's the team, along with a lot of other talented folks, layout designers and all sorts of stuff, because we have a ton of images and tables and graphics that have unfortunately been driving our poor designers absolutely nuts. But yeah, that's the book.
And on that note, I got to tell you, I think this is one of the most beautiful books that we've produced. And so we've created, I don't know, we're probably approaching 150 best-selling books at this point. And it is absolutely beautiful. And I don't mean only the cover, though, John, you're right to point it out. The cover is beautiful. Actually, and for a book that's about such a technical industry and such a technical subject, it is gorgeous. You expect it to be a really dry layout and a dry cover, and it's just so anything but that. Now, John, if you would, tell us why this book. Like, why did you guys create this book? Why is this book needed in the marketplace?
Yeah, thanks, Everett. Well, I've been working with ISC² for well over 20 years, as Rob mentioned. And in fact, I was the author of the very first published book on the CISSP, and that was 19 years ago. But over the 22 years that this has really become popular, I've seen that there's a lot of material out there, massive amounts of materials, but they all contain way too much information. They try and cover every single topic that, you know, makes up what we call the common body of knowledge of the CISSP in massive amounts of information. So what we wanted to do was create something that is totally different and focused on what we know is on the exam and the exam outline. And that's basically why we created this. I mean, the word concise tells it all. There's nothing out there really that is as concise and aligned perfectly with what we know is on the exam. And based on our experience with working with ISC squared and you know, teaching these classes for well over 20 years, we know what's on the exam, and it's all captured in here. So it's a really valuable resource that you really can't find anywhere else. And it really goes along with all of our other components that really Rob has been the architect of, that makes up our system that we use in our live online classes and our self-paced classes as well.
Okay, so it's funny because I recognize Concise Guide. It's not the smallest book we've ever published, but at the same time, considering the target and the content, like I've seen some of the other books out there, and they are tomes, you know, and I don't even know where you even begin on them. Lou, would you mind telling us who'd you write the book for? Like who's really the target audience? Who can get the most out of this book?
Wow. Good question. I think to touch back on what Rob said, you know, I did a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of the first pass, but that was really possible because of Rob's and John's work teaching the live class. I was able to write the book based upon transcripts from their class. So, you know, what we've really done is we've taken what they're already doing in their live boot camps with private clients, and we're extending it and making it available to the mass public, to everybody out there that wants to take advantage of, again, Rob's and John's years and years of training in leading and teaching, and make it available to everybody. So we've got a lot of continuity between what they teach to private clients in the book, and we've also extended that to our self-paced class that John just referred to. So that's really the long and short of it. We want to make our material available to everybody with minimal cost.
All right, fantastic. Now, Nick, you're outside London. When it comes to this book and your target market, I'm just kind of curious if you know, is there a favorite lesson you have in this book, or a favorite component or function that you think will be particularly valuable for people?
Nick, tell the TCP/IP story again.
I'm
just messing with
this
you.
story. It's becoming very mundane now, dude. My favorite, honestly, approach, I would say, is the fact that we've tried simplifying everything as much as we could in order to make this obviously something that can appease a variety of different individuals. Because let's face it, in different CISSP deliveries, and I say that while I'm actually delivering this class throughout this week, and I have people that are asking me all the time throughout the week, can I buy it now? Can I buy it now? So technically speaking, I like the fact that we have tried quite a lot to simplify things for them. And in that regard, we have tried making it something that can literally accommodate every reader. Some folks are trying to take this and have minimal experience, because I've had students that their job place effectively says, look, I know that you only have 1 year of experience or 2 or 3. I know that technically you're not ready, but we want you to go for it. At least kind of go for the exam, and then we'll figure out when you become a full member, and so on and so forth. So we tried making it achievable to everyone. Plus, as you very well said, Everett, the actual instructor's version, the official one for this, is about 1,400 pages long. Folks don't have the time or the stamina to be able to read 1,400 pages. So we did our absolute best in order to make everything truly concise, so it becomes something that they can really use, not just for the exam, but also for them to have really as a book reference for their everyday jobs as well. So that's the part that I like most about the book.
All right. So as we look at this, first, let me remind everybody that the book is available right now on Amazon. This is a special launch day special that you can get the Kindle version for $2.99. And the paperback, like I said, I think is retailing at around $50. So this is an incredible opportunity to get incredibly valuable content for very little money. That special goes away tomorrow, by the way. So take advantage of that $2.99 now. And if you go to Amazon and just search Destination CISSP, you will land there. I will also put a link to the book in the chat, but you can go grab that there. So that being said, Rob, I want to come back to you and ask you to kind of lay out, if you would, how's the book organized? I mean, I know I didn't prep you for this question, so please forgive me, but I know you have an organization to your course that apparently has been very successful, because I've seen some of the comments to your YouTube videos about how valuable your video courses have been. So how'd you lay the book out?
Yeah, actually, there's an incredibly simple answer to that, which is we exactly followed the official exam outline. So simple as that. But to go a little deeper into it, so ISC², which is the organization behind this examination, the CISSP, ISC² publishes an official exam outline, which basically says, here's what's on the exam. And so our book precisely follows that exam outline, right? Because if ISC² is saying, here's what's on the exam, we want to make sure that our book covers all of that. And so we exactly followed that exam outline. But far beyond that, based on our many, many years, and this is what people are commenting about on YouTube, based on our, especially John's decades of experience teaching this class, we've figured out ways of effectively explaining the really complicated concepts in a simple way, and how to logically go through the content. And we've reflected that in our book. So yes, it exactly follows the exam outline, but it also, we found out how to make those pieces fit together and make it logically fit so that when you're reading the book, it makes sense. And, based on our decades of experience teaching, we also know that there's other surrounding things, other topics that you need to know beyond just what is explicitly stated on the exam outline. And so we cover that all as well. And one of the really cool features of the book that our students, our early readers have pointed out that they love is throughout the book, we have these little call out boxes that they're called, we call them expect to be tested on, but they're basically little hints to say like, hey, this is a particular thing that you should really make sure you understand, because you might get a question about this on the exam. So that's the philosophy we've had throughout the book of how do we make it, and this, Nick was hitting on this, how do we take all this vast amount of information that someone needs to know, how do we make it as simple and concise as possible, and how do we make it as easy as possible for someone to achieve this very difficult certification, and beyond just sort of telling someone, here's all the stuff you need to know, how do we make someone a better security professional so that when they come out of this certification, it's truly a valuable certification for them in their career. They can be a better security professional from what they've learned in our book and from achieving their CISSP certification. So that was the kind of the thought process behind the book.
Oh, really excellent. So John, I've got a question for you, and that is, what do you see, like, where do people stumble? Like, where do people fail on this journey? And what steps have you guys taken to get them past that stumble?
Yeah, so what I've noticed over the 20 years that I've been doing this is that there's many areas that the exam can focus on, and the problem with most of us as security professionals is that we tend to be siloed in specific areas of security, and so it's very difficult for someone to pass, even if they have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge and a lot of skill, because they're going to be tested on all of these areas that make up what we call the common body of knowledge of security. And that was one of the focuses. Rob eloquently mentioned how we wrote this book to help people, but we also focused on understanding that we want to make people better security professionals by giving them the stuff that maybe they're not too familiar with, that they are going to be tested on. And so, going back to your question, it differs from, different people, because we tend to have different experiences in security, but the exam requires you to be really competent in all areas. And that's something that the book also tries to provide to a reader, for example, in very simple conceptual ways that we've, written everything in here, basically. So it'll help everyone, basically.
And I think the fact that you guys are, taking pains to make it accessible, to be easily, clearly organized and accessible. And Rob, I think what you pointed out as far as the takeaways of those, hey, expect to be asked this question, right? I think we all appreciate that. It's like, these are the key things that you're gonna, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I mentioned to you that we don't normally spill the beans in regards to a book launch, but I've been having a blast all morning watching your book sales, because they, first they started a little earlier than we're used to, because I think I originally told you guys 9 a.m. Pacific would be the launch time, but we've been watching sales happen all week, which have been hilarious, because it clearly means that people are seeking out this content.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah. Maybe Nick's to thank or blame, that type of thing. But I can share with you some pretty fun results. Let me see if I can pull it off on a screenshot. Give me just a second, and we will do that.
I'm excited to see 3 copies sold, because I think maybe even 4 if all of us have bought a copy. So
that's it. Well, first,
I think I got the very first hardcover copy. Yeah,
there you go.
A few days ago. So it's look, it goes nicely with this other one here.
Yeah, the real, yeah. Actually, while you're pulling that up, Everett, I'll share a really funny story. A fellow from the Netherlands. So I saw that there was a copy of the paperback book sold to the Netherlands a few days ago, and I was like, that was kind of weird. And then just yesterday or the day before, I got an email from the guy with a picture of the book in the Netherlands. He's like, hey, look what I have. So it's pretty funny. I don't know how he got it that fast.
Don't you love that? I mean, I think that's fantastic. Let me see if that's going to be the right page. That's fine. We'll share this one and add that to the stream. There we go. So here we are on Amazon. I want to tell you guys first that your book, as we sit here right now, this is Amazon.com, which is the most competitive of Amazon's websites. And your book is currently the #1 bestseller in actually a lot of different categories. And cool. Don't be worried about the $1.99. That's because Amazon owes me $1. But as I come down here and scroll past this beautiful stuff that your artist had put together, what I see right now is actually your book is #1 in certification, training, and reference, privacy and online safety, #1 in internet and telecommunications. But we also have some behind the scenes tools that tell us that right now, as we sit, your book is #1 in 5 countries. And it's #1 in at least 44 categories across those 5 countries. So wow. I wanted to congratulate you guys to let you guys know that you are international #1 best-selling authors with all the movement that's already happened with your wonderful book.
Who knew 4 sales of the book could do that? That's amazing. Thanks.
It's not been 4 sales of the book. It's been a lot of sales.
That's amazing. Thanks, sir. Thanks for showing us that.
Yeah, it's a blast because I'm watching sales happen. So actually, another, just as a kick, and you guys will appreciate this. You've created content that has worldwide appeal, and as case in point, we'll go back to this screen share again, and I think that's the one I'm going to want. Get that back up here. Should be, oh, there we go. Add it. Okay. So these are the countries from which people are clicking to buy your book. Okay. And their countries here, I don't think we've ever sold to before. And it's really fantastic to watch that. And the cool thing is some of the viewers and stuff are probably going, hey, that's me, right? I'm there. And so it is a blast to see that happen. So congratulations. You guys are off to an absolute terrific start with your book. And I think more importantly, you're going to help people. You're helping people on this difficult journey, you know, and it's got to be incredibly difficult. So congratulations, like I said, early congratulations on that. And a reminder to everybody, if you're watching, get your Kindle copy for $2.99. You know, available right now. That's today's special, and tomorrow it will indeed go away. So, Rob, we've got a few minutes left here. What else would you like the viewers to catch about your book or about your program, about your team? What else can we share with them?
Yeah, good question. Caught me off guard there. Yeah, I mean, I just honestly, I think it's worth sharing kind of a little more about the philosophy of why we did this, and you know, because it drives everything that we do. It drives why we've put out all these mind map videos for free on YouTube and everything else, and why we've built all the things that we've built. We genuinely, truly love helping people become better security professionals, to learn and to advance their careers. That is what drives us. That's what gives us the greatest satisfaction in what we do. And it was, you know, John alluded to it at the start. We predominantly what we do is we teach classes. And for many, many years, we've taught classes to our major corporate clients, you know, big companies you'll have heard of from all around the world. They keep hiring us again and again and again to teach thousands of their students, because the training that we provide is amazing, and we are able to help those people not only achieve their certification, but be more, you know, better security professionals, better help their organizations protect the valuable assets that they need to. And so that's what we love doing. And recently, and I'm kind of excited about this, like beyond just the launch of our book here, just very recently, we finally launched our CISSP Masterclass, which is our online version of our class. So this book makes our content available to everyone, and this book is a critical part of our CISSP Masterclass that now anyone can sign up for and take. And that's something that I'm just super proud of and excited to get out there into the market, because for years people have asked us, like, hey, can we take your class? So we see your training material, it looks amazing, can we take your class? And the answer has always been like, if you can get 20, 30 people from your company to take it, sure, we can deliver a live class for you. But we've never been able to say that our training is available to anyone and everyone, and now we can, and the book is a big part of that. So it's been really amazing to be on this journey of creating these materials and helping folks. So yeah, that's what I would share.
Well, you're off on a terrific start here. You've sold hundreds of books already, and that's actually, if you know anything about book launches, that is a terrific trajectory to be on right now. And so it's interesting, you're talking about really this book and your masterclass are really an effort to allow people to be able to access your content solo, right? Without having to put together a group of people to make the economy of it work. They can make that work now wherever they are, right? Mm-hmm. It sounds like. So fantastic. So John, you know, as you guys put this book together, was there an element of the book that just like, you're like, oh, that's got to be there, like, or that wrote itself? I mean, sometimes we see this when people sit down to write, they have a really hard time, and other times it's like some parts just jump off the page. So was there a part that was just like, oh, that's a no-brainer, we got to do that?
No, not really, because there's so much to it. And so, you know, Lou, I think, and Rob explained exactly how we decided to write this. But, you know, we have to be aligned with the exam outline, and that really is what people want, because it prepares them best. And so we made sure that, in fact, not just our book that you see here, but Rob just talked about our two classes that we do, basically the, you know, live online classes that we typically do for, you know, corporate clients and so on, but also our self-paced. You know, people want to be perfectly aligned with what they're going to be tested on, and that is the exam outline. And to be honest with you, Rob and I have, you know, I guess Nick would probably too, and Lou, but we have more knowledge than, for example, typical authors that are out there. And we reflect that in all of our components that we've created here. So the book has everything. There isn't just one thing that we said, you know, this has to be included. We want it to be completely aligned. with what helps people the most, and that is the exam outline and what we know they're tested on as far as the exam is concerned. It's a very difficult exam, but our pass rates are very high, and I'm sure that this book is going to actually improve that as well.
Excellent. Now, I am seeing some questions in the chat about how can we get it from different places. And right now it's available as broadly as Kindle will allow us to make it available. I mean, it's available in every Kindle store from which we're aware of. But I will share with you that there are some countries where Kindle's not available, or countries where you need to have a Amazon or a Kindle account from another Amazon store in order to access it. So if you're from a country that doesn't have access to this book, I don't know if you can establish an Amazon.com account or an Amazon account from another country that has it. Okay, and so I know that that can be challenging. The other thing is that the book will soon be available in multiple other formats, including Kobo, which is available worldwide, Barnes & Noble Nook. It'll also be in Apple iBooks, Google Books, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you can't get it now by digital version, you'll be able to get it later. I'm sorry that there won't be the launch pricing for that. So we can't do anything to change that. But I just want you to know other formats are coming that will make it available to you as well. All right. So
can I ask you? We throw one question at Nick, maybe, Everett. Like, so I'm really honored that Nick decided to join our team here and to help us write this book, because he's a very accomplished author and an insanely busy guy. So I just think it might be interesting for Nick to share what the value that he saw in us and why he wanted to work with us and to help write this book. Because Nick, we kind of had some early discussions and you were like, yeah, let's do this. But I think that might be worth sharing if you don't mind doing so.
I'd be honored. I think the first time I, first of all, ever heard about Rob and the team was, interestingly enough, by watching Rob's videos. So I actually was searching for materials for CISSP, and I started watching Rob's videos, and I thought they were amazing. It literally blew my mind. So I approached Rob and I asked him over LinkedIn how he made the videos and how, obviously all of that passion was coming around. And when we started talking, he was very forthcoming. He gave me so much insight, which is so valuable for anyone, honestly. And we just saw that there was a synergy there. Automatically, like just with a handful of messages, we realized that there was a really, really great level of synergy. So then we jumped on a call, and as we were speaking, we both realized that there was something that we could be doing, which was much greater. So obviously, we're talking about both of our profiles and what we have done in the past. And Rob shared kindly his story and where they were with John and Lou. And kind of things happened by themselves, really. I think that for me, one of the most important elements was, first of all, to be a part of the team, which just by a handful of sample videos was seeming so amazing. And at the same time, it was a no-brainer to be able to help out. I mean, even if I was super busy, which I will never be super busy for Rob and the team, but even if I was, there was no way that I would miss out on this. This was a tremendous opportunity. I mean, as obviously Rob and John already mentioned, Lou as well, it was an opportunity to be able to offer back to the community, be able to offer to the greater good, and be able to work with such a talented team. So who would say no to that?
I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so let me remind everybody to pick up that Kindle version. And Rob, if people want to get a hold of you guys as a team, what's the best way? What's the best way to reach out to your organization?
Probably just our the email address that goes to our main contact, so that we make sure we respond to you is hello@desert.com. Send us an email there, hello@desert.com, and that'll I won't give our individual email addresses. I mean, you're welcome to have them, but just
that's okay.
I'm thinking my email address personally right now, it's getting absolutely hammered. I think I've got at least 500 emails this morning, so I may not get back to you right away. But if you send it to hello@desert.com, we've got a few other folks on the team that can help us get through those emails and make sure we get back to someone quickly. So yeah, that'd be the best email.
All right, wonderful.
If I can just add to that, we also have a presence on LinkedIn, of course, which caters to this. So we welcome people to connect with us on LinkedIn and any other way as well.
Excellent. And you're not going to be hard to find doing a search for your organization or for the book title Destination CISSP. You guys, like I said, you're already ranking. I feel bad for whoever the competition is at Amazon because they're not going to be seeing the top ranking for a while. And you guys will sit there with your beautiful purple book, which will be ingrained forever in people's minds, hopefully. Well, thank you guys for joining us on the live cast and allowing me to interview you and spend this time with you. It's been a joy to work with you on the book, and we're just super excited to see it come out. The work's not done yet. We still have some other places to make sure to get your book, but you guys are just killing it on the Amazon launch. Congratulations again on becoming #1 best-selling authors.
Thanks,
All
Everett.
right.
Thanks for having us, and
Thank
thanks
you,
for all your
Everett.
guidance.
Thank you.
Many thanks.
You are more than welcome. Thank you. Sorry, I changed the camera view too soon. Wonderful. So thank you, everyone, for joining us on this live cast. If you have a book that you're thinking of bringing to market and you need help getting it out to the world, or you even just have an idea for a book and you don't yet know what to do with that, reach out to us. You can find us at ignitepress.us, ignitepress.us. And you can also take advantage of a complimentary book consultation there, where I'd be happy to talk with you about your idea and your strategy and how you want to leverage that book in your business going forward, because there is nothing like a book for establishing credibility and authority. Thanks again for joining us here, and take care, and we'll see you on the next book launch livecast.